Chapter 1: The Spark. It all began one fine day when I saw a preview of the latest stop-motion animation video by the talented Guillermo del Toro, Pinocchio. As I watched in amazement, I wondered what it would be like to do something like that for my very own project. I watched the movie and was taken back at the amount of work that was done by the talented team of artists and creative people. I watched in amazement at the beautiful artistry of the still puppets, or armatures, the correct term used in stop-motion animation, coming to life. Chapter 2: The Hint and the Flood of Excitement. Sitting down for coffee a couple months later with the talented set director, production designer, and feature film director who won an Academy for his work on the original Star Wars, Roger Christian. Yeah, I know. It's amazing who you'll meet when you pursue your dreams. We discussed anything and everything related to film, music, the amazing workings of the universe, the power of not giving up, and the power of creation. Upon our enlightening conversations, I stated, "You know, Roger, I feel like I have to do another music video, but I want to try something different, and I'm not too sure what to do." Without hesitation, he replied,
"Well, here's a thought, because you love Pinocchio, and that's kind of stop motion animation, and Wallace and Gromit you've seen, which is claymation, which is so appealing. Why don't you make your own kind of claymation, stop motion animation and put it with that song, because that song would be perfect to go with it together. And keep it simple, but you just build a set, build a puppet, and go to work."
As soon as those words were uttered by Roger himself, a flood of excitement unfolded from my body, and a wave of ideas and inspiration overflowed. Chapter 3: Fuel to the Fire. After Roger and me parted ways from the coffee shop, the wave of ideas did not stop coming. But then I thought, maybe I'm just too big of a dreamer and I should put this idea on a hold, as I've never done anything like this before. A few minutes later, I received a text from Roger, a link on building armatures on a budget. I shrugged it off, but deep down inside, my excitement only grew. The more I tried to run away from the idea and excitement, the more texts of helpful links I received from Roger, who was just adding fuel to the fire. Chapter 4: Research, Design, and Development. After researching and watching a bunch of tutorial videos on building armatures, the very first question that came to my mind was, how much is this going to cost me? I set a budget for the build, and I knew that I would be provided for by the universe, which has gotten me this far in my musical journey.
Cut. No, I don't like that. Let's just do that again. The money has to flow nicely. And action!
I set a budget for the build, and I knew that I would be provided for by the universe, which has gotten me this far in my musical journey. I had to allocate for materials, which would include building the armature, the set, acquiring the software for the filming process, and so on and so forth. Not knowing how, I started to feel overwhelmed and was feeling uneasy due to future thinking of how everything would unfold. But I decided to trust the universe, the process, and believe that everything will come to me at the right time. All I had to do was just start. So I began by setting up my desk, which I had in storage, tearing down and decommissioning my music studio for the time being, so I could have a proper place to be inspired and conduct some work. Once my desk was set up, I then began sketching designs of the armature, which began with the head made with foil as a starting point, which would also give me a sense of how big the armature should be, which would then give me an idea of how big the set should be. Once the sketches were finalized, I began making the storyboard of the vision I had for the music video. Once the storyboard was completed, the next step was to build the armature. The most cost-effective way to begin building the armature was with wire. I used the initial sketch and started building the body of the armature. Once the body was completed, I then took pictures of my head and used clay to mold and build the skull of the armature, beginning with the wire skull equipped with eyes first. As I continued building, creating, dressing, and accessorizing the armature, I could finally see my initial vision coming to life. Chapter 5: The Set Build and Study. Once the armature was completed, I knew I had a starting point to begin building the set. The first thing I had to do was acquire the materials, so I began by looking in the garage for metals, tools, and scraps of wood. Anything I couldn't find, I found at the local hardware store, Joey's Shed.
Hey, M-Class, what do you need in here?
When I acquired the supplies I needed, I began by building the base for the set, which in turn helped me begin planning different scenes for the storyline and vision I had for the music video. Once the base was built and sections planned out for the different scenes, I began placing the blue screen backgrounds made from Bristol boards for the different environments the armature was going to be in, and then started accessorizing the set with trees built from wire, placing grass strips, rocks, and whatever is needed to bring the set to life. During this time, I was also figuring out the gear I needed to film the music video for the project. As I continued building the set with help from an amazing individual, I could see portions of the set coming to life. Over a period of months, the set started to fill in. Looking back at the set build, I was really pleased, not to mention amazed at how the universe helped me acquire everything needed to make the vision of the music video come to reality. By intuition, I knew the next step was to study the software used to film this project, which was generously gifted by my brother 48 Ronin, a talented and gifted tattoo artist. And now I got the software where I'm inputting the... I began fooling around with the software and began prepping and inputting information in it to help assist me in filming the scenes, as you can see. So I'm doing a picture by picture, so there's over 6,000 pictures, which is not too bad, considering that the movie Pinocchio was done in 15 years and I'm trying to do this in a couple of months. But obviously that movie was around over 2 hours long, I think. But yeah, you see there's the star right there. Ba-bam, ba-bam. M-Class Diaz, man, looking sharp. Obviously, I got some things going. So that's my storyboard, which is changing, but it's coming together. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen. With everything falling into place, I knew sooner or later I would begin filming again. Chapter 6. Lights, Camera, Action, and Fuck Up. With the armature and set built, it was time to film my very first stop-motion scene. I began with filming myself getting up, also known as a live action video or LAV for short, using it as a guide. Then I had to figure out the placement of the camera rigging and lighting of the big reveal of the armature waking up. Action! I took a deep breath and began filming this scene. It was at this point I bumped the camera after 2.5 hours of work. Having realized the big mistake I made, only one word came to my mind. Fuck! I learned a very big lesson in stop-motion animation: never bump the camera. I quickly regained consciousness after the big expel of air from just that one word and began filming again. I was so happy to complete my very first stop-motion scene and began filming the very next day. About an hour into the next scene,
What's up, guys?
something bad happened.
It's the middle of filming, planning out my walking routes, and then this happened. If you know what that is, that's the hand of the puppet. So I guess I gotta figure it out. Fuck. It'll happen.
Chapter 7. The Setback and a Better Solution. I was really disappointed and was totally discouraged, but I knew I didn't really have a choice of giving up as I've come so far. As I decided to build the armature out of wire to save some money, the wire snapped. Because of repetitive movements, the armature only lasted for 5 seconds of filming, and I had to film a song that lasted approximately 4 minutes. I shut down the studio and searched the net for solutions and came to a conclusion of a metal and socket armature. Immediately, I knew I had to shell out money to obtain the armature. But then I thought that someday this one-of-one armature in the world could possibly be auctioned just like Roger Christian's lightsaber, which sold at a handsome price. With that in mind, I pulled out my credit card and invested in a stainless steel ball and socket armature. I placed the order and saw that the package would arrive in 2 weeks. What am I gonna do waiting for this package, I thought to myself. After a slight pause, a light bulb went off in my head. I decided that the armature shall have a mouth that actually moves and talks, accentuating vowels and consonants, rather than the initial idea of the mouth just moving up and down. With that inspiration, I got to work and began molding the different face sets to make the armature talk with attitude. By the time the faces were sculpted, painted, and molded, the package arrived, and I began assembling the stronger armature body to withstand the intense filming process yet to come. So you see, and yeah, we'll begin the transformation process.
Part of the journey. All right.
Once the new and improved armature was built, I began filming again. Chapter 8. Second time's a charm with an intuitive break. I was really excited to begin filming again, picking up from where I left off. But before I could do that, I decided to do a test run with the mouth shapes I built to see what the outcome would be like.
It's the head with the magnet. Those are the faces, which I just finished painting. So I think it's coming out really good. It's the first time that I'm doing this. If you can see the face like that. Alright, so in this you'll see like, what is this? Still need to do some work, but it's coming along.
This is the mouth shape test without
clay.
This is a
mouth shape test with clay.
After the test run, I was really pleased at how everything came together and realized that if the wire armature didn't break, I wouldn't have built the face sets, which brought more life to the armature. With the new and improved armature built, I added more details to the set like stones, moss, mini lights, and apples on trees, which were created by Arjun and Roger Christian for one of the scenes in the music video. With the details added and placed on the set, and an improved 2.0 armature built, I was ready to begin filming again.
Life with purpose and no regret. Yeah, I'm the jewel within this body they call the lotus. And now that I really notice, I'll do my best and not lose focus.
Now, the reason why I stopped it here is because of a sudden intuition that came over me to advise the audience of this specific lyric sentence. And now that I really know this, I'll do my best and not lose focus. An intuition which urged me to stop the armature from singing and to get distracted by a pine cone lying down in front of him, and then having the armature kicking it. Just as FYI, this is something I catch myself doing when I go on long walks myself. This intuition guided me to advise the audience watching that it's okay to make mistakes and at times lose focus in life, and that we should be ready for and accept any outcome, karma, from the good or bad choices we make in our journey of life. Chapter 9. The Journey is the Reward and Foley. With that sudden intuitive guidance, I realized that it was going to be extra work for me, not to mention the fact that background sounds, or Foley, defined as using an arsenal of props to devise and record everyday sounds heard in films, television shows, and video games to be applied to the sudden abrupt stop in the song. I was in major debate whether to apply the intuitive guidance from the universe or to just continue filming and ignore it. Remembering to never ignore my intuition and that the journey is the reward, I decided to stop filming and honor my intuitive guidance. Upon making the decision to follow my intuition, I realized that my music studio was out of commission due to the set taking over and that I wouldn't be able to record any additional audio for the break in the song. Not knowing how to get the Foley part done, I decided to call up a good friend of mine, Wally Diab, who has been a great help to me as an advisor in my musical journey, to see if he would be interested to help me out. With the call made and no hesitation to help out, the Foley journey began. With the intuitive guidance honored, a feeling of joy rose within me, knowing that the viewer, whoever it may be, will receive this message to help and be of guidance in this journey of life.
What is up? We are doing a little something extra. Yes, I like to do something extra. Make work a little bit more harder, but it'll be for the greater good. We are back in the beautiful studio that I recorded my first album, Visions. We're gonna do some Foley stuff, and the Foley artist who's helping me is this guy right here, Wally.
Howdy.
The best guy ever. He's setting up a microphone right now, and look at that. Yeah, this is the man. He was my mentor, my audio mentor too, teaching me everything, and it's gonna come out really great. Cannot wait to show you. So it was obviously part of a process and a journey to do this. We did record some scenes already, some live action video, And now we're gonna do some of the audio, and you'll see it in this scene. All right. Okay.
Here's the Foley thing. So we got me on the screen there. Wally's there.
And I'm right here.
Hang on, did I zoom in? No, I didn't.
There you go. Back on the microphone.
And we are gonna sync up to that so we can do some
Foley stuff and go from there. Another cutscene to the making of this beautiful, beautiful journey. Long, 1 year, time-consuming journey. Time consuming. There we go.
Waleed, how are you feeling, man? All right, sweet. So we're gonna get started now. Back to work. All right, check it out.
Oh man, I just lost focus. It's all right.
There you go.
Just that little clip there. It's gonna make a big impact. All right, so that's it from the Foley stuff. I don't know, we might be recording some more stuff. We actually be doing some Foley right now, right?
That's what we're gonna be doing.
Awesome, sweet. And we're gonna get started on that, but this is the process here. Awesome.
All right, this is a Foley thing that we're doing, the Foley recording, okay? So check it out. Yeah! I got it.
Yeah, that's you gotta let it go lightly.
Yeah.
Sweet. Try it.
Yep.
Well, the first part was good.
Okay.
Try that again, okay?
Okay, yep.
Now. I think I got it.
Nice. I think we got that.
I might have to bring the volume down.
Oh, God. Okay. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. Okay, can you play that video? Just play the video.
All right, so this is what it sounds like with all the Foley done by this guy, Wally Diab. All right, let's check it out.
And now that I really notice, I'll do my best and not lose focus.
Oh, man. I just lost focus. It's all right.
I'm a
Lot in this big game of life, and I just really noticed. Wally, good job, man.
That's good.
Good job, man. That's good.
All right. Chapter 10: The Outcome. As filming resumed, I ran into many lessons of patience, acceptance, and joy, knowing that with all the hard work and belief in oneself, anything is possible if you take action and get rid of fear, which always results in a rewarding outcome.
listen up to what I'm about to tell you. Just what's up to those who really doubted my wish came true. It really ain't no secret, the magic glue. I can.
Get ready for this.
I can. I believe in me. Listen carefully now, when you really thought I couldn't do it, and let me show you the work and time I really put in. Keeping in mind those who really thought I couldn't do it, I said to myself, I can. Work out, play out was a motto I kept telling myself, just to prove to those who said I couldn't do it. Look at me now and tell me, how am I really doing? I said to myself, I can. I'm just gonna fucking do it. I can. Gonna live my life to the fullest. Anything's possible, cause I am plausible. Nothing's impossible. With these words I can. I'm credible. Listen up to what I'm about to tell you. Just what's up to the ones who really doubted my wish came true. It really ain't no secret, the magic glue. I can. life's too short, so baby give it a try and say these words, I can. Listen up to what I'm about to tell you. Just what's up to those who really doubt my wish came true. It really ain't no secret, the magic glue. I can. Listen up to what I'm about to tell you. Just what's up to those who really doubt my wish came true. It really ain't no secret, the magic glue. I can. They said I really couldn't. They hoped I really wouldn't. They see I really made it. So fuck you to those who really said I couldn't do it. I said I will do it. I hope, never give up and say focus. Now they see, and wonder how I made it. The secret is I fucking can. Now put your hands together and say this with me. I can. Listen up to what I'm about to tell you. Just what's up to those who really doubted my wish came true. It really ain't no secret, the magic glue. I can. Listen up to what I'm about to tell you. Just what's up to those who really doubted my wish came true. It really ain't no secret, the magic glue. I can. Listen up to what I'm about to tell you. Just what's up to those who really doubted my wish came true. It really ain't no secret, the magic glue. I can.
Fuck all the no's. It's a wrap, baby. Yes.